Hello and welcome to the second edition of the Climbing Gear Guide brought to you by trick-tip.com. Today we're going to be talking about slings, also known as webbing. So there are two main types of slings, one made of Dyneema and one made of nylon. So we're going to go through them now. So Dyneema slings are made from polyethylene, and they have a strength generally of around 22 kilonewtons. So they're at the top end of the strengths in your climbing gear. They're very, very light. So with their strength and their lightness, they actually have a strength to weight ratio that is stronger than steel. They're also almost completely static, or as static as it can get. So they don't stretch at all. So they're really good for static setups at the top of climbs and things like that. They're also more resistant to abrasion than nylon slings. They have a lower water absorbency and are more resistant to UV and chemicals. So you may be asking, with all these bonuses, why would you use nylon slings? Because they have a similar strength. They're made from polyamide, and they are slightly heavier, slightly bulkier. So with all the advantages of Dyneema slings, while you use nylon slings? Well, nylon slings, although they are bulkier and heavier, they have a couple of advantages. They're not as static as Dyneema slings. They have a little bit of stretch in them, which you can see quite apparently in the link in the article that's on the website. And also they have a higher melting point. So if you're going to be running ropes through the sling, so you maybe have a sling up at the top of a climb around a boulder or something, and you're abseiling with the rope just through that. When you're pulling the rope back through, that creates a lot of heat. When it's on a Dyneema sling, it may melt through the sling, whereas on a nylon sling it's less likely to, because nylon slings have a melting point of about 245 degrees C, and Dyneema have more about 110 degrees C, which isn't really that hot. You can find more information on the dangers of heat in slings at the link below, where you can find a report by DMM Climbing, where they show a video of the dangers of the heat. So things like tying a knot in slings and producing any heat in slings can make them significantly weaker than their rated strength. So it's well worth a look at that. So make sure you check out that link to make sure you're using your slings safely. So it's important to keep these facts in the back of your mind when you're buying any slings, so you know what the advantages and disadvantages of each type of sling is. So what you're using it for and what would be best. Always check the manufacturer's technical manual to make sure of anything that they say. This is just a general guideline of the advantages. Not all slings have the same strength, not all slings have the same advantages. Also, when I say things like it's more resistant to UV, it doesn't mean it's safe to leave out in the sun all day or to drop oil on it or anything. So make sure you check any gear that you buy, make sure you check the manufacturer's specifications to make sure you use it correctly. There's loads more information on the link below about things like sizing, what sizes you should use for climbing, and also the dangers of some slings with the temperatures that I talked about earlier. Tying knots in slings is a very big thing. So make sure you check the link below for more information on that. In the meantime, stay tuned for the next video, subscribe, check out the website, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.